What do I mean when I say in late, out early? My name is Gina, and I help you make your writing better. So the question goes on to say, does it mean to start in the middle of the action and go out without the boring goodbye, see you later stuff? Yes, kind of. I don't usually mean like literally in the middle of the action, but oftentimes, especially when people say, like, oh my gosh, my book is so long and I can't cut any of these scenes, almost always there will be a paragraph or two at the beginning of every single scene that sort of like re explains where we are and what we've been doing in the story up to this point, especially in a multi POV story. Even when it's a dual POV romance, people feel the need to like show me everything from Jane's point of view and then jump into John's point of view and back up by like four paragraphs and say it all from his point of view. And you probably don't need to do that. And then at the end of the scene, people feel the need to like wrap everything up and put a little button and a little bow on it as if every single chapter is its own standalone story that needs an intro and needs an outro and needs a resolution. And I would advise you against both of those things. One, those intros are you explaining to me over and over again the thing that I already know. Now, you, as the writer, have taken weeks or months or years to write this thing, and you need a little bit of warm up to write yourself into the scene and really get going. But I read that other chapter 1.5 seconds ago. I literally just flipped the page. I don't need you to remind me of what happened in that previous chapter. And so this starts to feel really redundant. It starts to lag. Readers do not appreciate these like long intros into a scene. And similarly, if you wrap up every scene with a resolution and there's a nice little bow and everything feels very complete, that is an invitation to set the book down, to close it and set it aside. You don't want people setting your book aside. You want people to keep reading. You want them to finish it. You want them to be like, oh my gosh, I couldn't put it down. So I advise you to chop those resolutions off the end of your chapter. That is usually going to feel like there's much more forward momentum rather than a nice pause and a stop. Related to this, pay attention to how many chapters end with your character going to sleep. If it's more than one, two, maybe, and this includes being knocked unconscious, those are all stopping points. Those all feel like, oh, good, I can go to bed now too. I would recommend that you think about maybe not doing that.